Welcome back to another episode of Mom Power Talk Show. I'm Sarah, and today we're diving into a topic that every mom faces at some point: mom guilt.
Hey everyone, I'm Emma. Whether you're a new mom or a seasoned pro, the feelings of guilt can creep up when you least expect them. Today, we're sharing our experiences and talking about how to let go of that guilt and embrace being the best moms we can.
Exactly. We're here to remind you that you're doing a great job and guilt doesn't need to be part of your motherhood journey. Let's get started. Mom guilt is that nagging feeling that no matter what we do, it's never enough. Whether it's leaving your baby to go to work or taking time for yourself, it can pop up in so many situations.
It's like this inner voice telling you that you're not doing enough or you're doing things wrong, but the truth is, we're all just doing our best.
When I first went back to work after having my son, the guilt was overwhelming. I felt like I was choosing my career over my family, even though I knew I was doing it for them too. It took a lot of self-reflection to realize I wasn't failing. I was providing.
I went through the same thing. It's hard to shake that feeling that you're missing out, even when you know working is the right choice for your family. Social media can make mom's guilt so much worse. You see these perfect moms online who seem to have it all together, and it can make you feel like you're falling short.
It's so important to remember that social media is just a highlight reel. No one has it all figured out, and comparing ourselves to others just adds to the guilt.
I used to scroll through Instagram, looking at these moms with perfectly clean homes and kids dressed in cute outfits, and I'd feel so inadequate. But then I realized that no one's showing the messy parts of motherhood. Once I let go of those comparisons, I felt so much lighter.
There's the societal pressure for moms to do it all: work, care for the kids, keep the house in order, and still somehow find time for ourselves. It's impossible.
Yes, the idea of being a supermom is unrealistic. We're human, and it's okay to not do everything perfectly. Prioritizing what matters most is key.
I tried to do it all when my second child was born, and it led to major burnout. I was trying to be the perfect mom, and it backfired. I realized I needed to delegate and let go of the things that weren't as important.
Every mom brings her own unique strengths to motherhood, and those strengths are what make you a great mom.
Yes, it's important to focus on what you're good at rather than dwelling on what you think you're not doing well enough.
I used to feel guilty about not being crafty or the mom who bakes, but I realized that I'm great at connecting with my kids emotionally, and that's where my strength lies. Every mom has her own gift.
Taking time for yourself as a mom often leads to guilt, but self-care is essential. You can't pour from an empty cup.
Yes, when you take care of yourself, you're actually giving your family the best version of you. There's nothing to feel guilty about.
I used to feel guilty about taking time for a workout or meeting up with friends, but I realized that when I come back refreshed, I'm a better mom. Self-care isn't selfish. It's necessary.
Saying no to extra commitments or things that don't serve you can help reduce feelings of guilt. It's okay to prioritize your time.
Absolutely. Learn to say no was one of the best things I did to manage mom guilt.
I used to say yes to everything: bake sales, volunteering, work events, but it left me feeling drained and guilty for not being fully present with my kids. Setting boundaries helped me let go of that.
Whether you're a working mom or a stay-at-home mom, guilt finds a way to creep in. Working moms feel guilty about time away, and stay-at-home moms sometimes feel guilty for not contributing financially.
The important thing is to know that both paths are valid, and you're making the best choice for your family.
When I went back to work, I was constantly questioning if I was making the right decision. But I've realized that working is what makes me feel fulfilled, and that ultimately benefits my family.
Sometimes the guilt comes from outside family, friends, or even strangers who have opinions about how you're raising your kids.
You have to trust yourself and your instincts as a mom. No one knows your children like you do.
I've had family members make comments about my choices, whether it's how I feed my kids or how I parent. It used to bother me, but now I've learned to let it roll off my back because I know I'm doing what's best for my family.
We need to be kinder to ourselves as moms. Self-compassion can help ease those feelings of guilt.
Yes, treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend.
I used to be my own worst critic, but I've learned to practice self-compassion. I remind myself that I'm doing my best and that's enough.
Perfectionism fuels mom guilt. It's important to let go of the idea that everything has to be.
Exactly. Embrace the imperfections because those are part of what makes motherhood beautiful.
My house is rarely spotless, and that used to make me feel guilty. But now I focus on the laughter and love inside our home rather than the mess. It's okay for things to be less than perfect.
Every mom parents differently, and that's okay. There's no right way to raise a child.
Once I stopped comparing myself to other moms and embraced my own parenting style, the guilt started to fade away.
I used to feel guilty for not parenting the way my friends did, but I realized that my way works for my family. Different doesn't mean wrong.
When we focus on what matters most, our kids' happiness and well-being, the guilt fades. The little things don't matter as much.
That's right. At the end of the day, it's about raising happy, healthy kids, not about being the perfect mom.
I used to feel guilty about not doing elaborate activities with my kids, but I've learned that it's the simple moments, reading a book or going for a walk, that matter most to them.
To all the moms out there, let go of the guilt. You're doing an amazing job. Focus on the love, not the expectations.
And remember, no mom is perfect. Be kind to yourself and celebrate the little victories each day.
That's all for today's episode on overcoming mom guilt. We hope you found some comfort and reassurance in our stories and tips.
Thanks for tuning in. Remember, you're not alone, and you're doing better than you think. See you next time on Mom Power Talk.